It's 31 minutes after the hour. Vincent A. Buddy Cianci Jr. is the mayor of Providence, Rhode Island, and has been on and off since 1975. Good morning, Mr. Mayor.
Good morning, Imus. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. How are you?
Good, thank you. Busy day today coming up.
Guess where I'm going this morning?
Where?
At 10 o'clock.
Well, I have no idea.
Jury duty.
Uh-oh. Oh, I wish you would be on mine. Why don't you change? You should change venues. You're going to go to jury duty, my God.
Well, I have to go down to the county clerk's office and try to worm out of it, but I suspect they'll put me in there and make me sit there. And
what person in their right mind would put you on a jury?
Well, that's my position every time I go down there. I was down there 4 years ago, or 3.5 years ago, for 3 or 4 days, and they would interview me for these various civil cases. And
let me tell you how you get off a jury, Imus.
All right.
Let me tell you how you go down there. They say, "What's your name?" You say, 14, and then they ask you, "What your name is?" And you say, "What?" Just you can't hear. You can't serve in the jury. They send you home.
Anyway, we have this 97-page, 30-count federal racketeering indictment.
Oh yeah.
Charging that bribery, extortion, and other criminal conduct permeated the city government of Providence, Rhode Island, and it accuses you and 4 associates of operating city government as essentially a criminal enterprise. And your response to these charges is?
Absolutely not guilty. And it's like Mario Puzo wrote that indictment. I mean, it's like awful. It's the city of Providence has come an awful long way, and those I'm not going to get into the legalities of the charges or the facts and all that, but I can tell you that I'm not guilty of any of that. And our city is a wonderful city. It's just had an increase in population since the mid-decade census of about 15%. People moving here, new hotels being built. Our polar bear just was new polar bear, and our zoo was just born. He's cute as hell. And then we have a whole bunch of neighborhood things we're doing, and we're a very well-respected city. And you know, I'm not saying that there isn't any corruption anywhere, but what I am saying is I'm not involved in it. I'm not afraid of an indictment. They can have 97 pages with nothing on them that affects me. 97 times 0 is 0. And I wake up this morning, and this case never ceases to amaze me. I wake up this morning, pick up the paper, and listen to this headline this morning. Prosecutor played secret videotapes to friends and sisters from the grand jury.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, I guess the Blockbusters was closed that night, you know. And has a little party at his house and says, hey, I wonder if he sold popcorn, you know.
Well, a reasonable person, Mr. Mayor, would think, though, that there must be something to all this. I mean, the government's obtained a number of convictions. They apparently have, speaking of tape, they have tape recordings of various people making incriminating statements. I mean...
Well, not against me. The only things, I mean, they have... this RICO thing is an awful thing. They can take 30 lies or 50 lies or 20 lies because they can't prove either one of them. They put it all under one big indictment in the hope that all together it means something. And it doesn't, because nothing is true in the indictment as it relates to me. I've tried my best in this city, and there's a lot of jealous people. There's a lot of, I don't know, maybe someone didn't like my sauce. I don't know. But the fact of the matter is that I'm innocent of these charges. I intend to fight them vigorously. I've got a great lawyer in Richard Egbert from Boston who's had great experience in these cases.
Yeah, he is a pretty good lawyer.
Yeah, he's one of the best, and he has great confidence in this case. And I'm going to continue to be mayor, run the city, and we have a lot of great things happening. I'm not going to let it interfere. In fact, we've got your people from MSNBC coming today or tomorrow for our Business Expo, Chris Matthews and Tim Russett's coming here.
You know what it sounds to me like a little bit, and I don't know whether you want to respond to this now, but we'll see. That the way they worded all of this, and the fact that you're an Italian American apparently, it sounds to me a little bit like ethnic profiling. Is that?
I don't want to get into that, but that wouldn't surprise me. You know, but the support here has been so good. I mean, I walked into places all over the city, the state, and people, you know, are clapping. They know what it is. You're innocent. I always thought America was the place where you were innocent until proven guilty, and I think people believe in that. Prosecutors. I mean, here I got a prosecutor. By the way, since this indictment came out last Monday, the judge has recused himself. The main witness is in jail for domestic violence. The prosecutor in the case admits on the front page of the paper that he played secret videotapes of the grand jury to his friends at his home at a cocktail party. Whatever, I don't know if it was a cocktail party, what it was. So I mean, what kind of justice is this? And how do you get a fair trial? And maybe the other thing you mentioned that does have something to do with it, but I don't know about that.
When Lincoln Elman was the state attorney, wasn't he behind the first indictment?
Yeah, he was the first. He was the U.S. attorney, and yeah, he was certainly. And then he's called for my resignation, and he has every right to do what he wants to do as far as that's concerned. But I told him I'm not resigning, and for him to call a press conference and ask me to resign, that's about the first thing he's done in about a year. He doesn't show up too much.
We're talking with the mayor of Providence, Rhode Island, Buddy Cianci. Well, I know you said you didn't want to talk about specifics of it, but let me ask you anyway.
Sure.
The University Club.
Yeah.
You couldn't get in there forever.
No, I didn't. No, that's not really true. I mean,
well, could you get in?
No. Yes. Eventually, they sent me a letter, but I told them I didn't want to be a member. But the fact of the matter is, I don't want to get into the specifics of the case. But
you eventually got in.
25 years ago, there was a situation where I applied and I didn't get in the club, but that was because of one blackball, and then I didn't apply again. And the fact of the matter is, 25 years. Let me tell you something, Imus, and we'll leave it at this. The last place I need is another place to go. So it wasn't the fact that I wanted to get into a club.
Why are you a member there now?
I haven't used the club. They sent me a letter saying I'm a member. So what? I haven't been there.
So that means so in other words, you are a member.
I guess I'm on the rolls, but I don't go there.
Now we have a guy by the name of Christopher Isley. Is that the way you pronounce his name?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, he claims he made some sort of $5,000 payment.
Not to me.
Wound up with a job in the Department of Planning. Well, when he either went public with this or when that was revealed, he was suspended from his job. Did you have anything to do with suspending?
The city solicitor. I sent a one-page memorandum to the city solicitor because it was in the newspaper, and I said, look into this matter and see what you should do with it. And as a result, the man was suspended. What he claims, Imus, is that he paid $5,000 to a guy who was vice chairman of the Democratic Party to get him a job. By the way, the job that this guy got was a temporary job that paid $7 an hour with no pension, no benefits, no nothing. So if the job paid the net $15,000 a year, I'd be surprised. And the fact is, he never paid me any money. And I didn't know about any payment to this guy. In fact, Issy admits that. He said he doesn't know where the money went. Sometimes you have a lot of independent contractors, who are part of an indictment.
This $250,000 that I read about in the New York Times from this cartooning company that they wanted to remain on the police's department's tow list.
I have nothing to do with the tow list. I have nothing to do with it. That's what they say. It's a RICO because over the years these people have contributed to a campaign, and as a result of contributing to a campaign, evidently and I don't want to get into the indictment, but they say that's part of a RICO activity because they bought tickets to a campaign over the course of a 10-year or 11-year period. I don't know what the time is, but the fact is I don't even know them. Have had no discussion with them, and had no knowledge of what they did or didn't do. But the fact is, you can buy tickets to a campaign. It's what goes on in America today. I'm sure that many people buy tickets to people's campaigns, but there was no quid pro quo. But the government would like to play that out and make everybody think that, but it's just not true.
Did they arraign you and book you and all that?
Yes, they were, and I must say they were extremely cordial, extremely professional, and extremely friendly. The Marshal Service or the people who were over there.
Did they have to take your mugshot and all that?
Oh yeah.
Did they make you take off your rug?
Absolutely.
They did.
Absolutely.
Is there any way you'll get me that picture?
But I don't want to. You know something. The fact of the matter is, you go through something like this, and it's a serious thing. It's not anything that you kid about. But on your show, because we've been. This is my 13th or 12th appearance on your show.
Oh, yeah.
But it is a tough thing to do, and it's to be accused. But you get strength from the letters and the calls. And by the way, you've been saying nice things, and I really appreciate that because I think you're innocent until proven guilty. And my love for the city, I think, is unchallenged. Everybody knows that I've devoted almost a lifetime to this city, and it's for the better. The city is a much better city today from what it was 25 years ago. And do people make mistakes? Absolutely. Do I make mistakes? Yup. But the fact is, I'm not involved in any RICO conspiracy to make the city of Providence a criminal enterprise. And by the way, when I was a prosecutor, I never showed tapes of that are sealed and sacrosanct. I mean, if a grand, I don't know what
that is outrageous.
I mean, that's cuckoo. Where's America? I mean, when they can take tapes and play them in front of family and friends. And as I said, Blockbuster had to be closed that night.
How's your daughter and your family?
That's the problem, because that's the only time I really get a little bit choked up a little bit is when, she calls to see if I'm okay. And I got 2 grandchildren about the age of your son. And the fact is that that's the only time. Otherwise, I'm a fighter, and I'm not going to let this get me down. I'm not going to let this stop my progress. I mean, we've got a whole bunch of things going in the city, and I can't deviate from that agenda. The people elected me to do it, and I'm going to do it. And I don't consider this to be a minor, bump in the road. This is a serious charge, but I can tell you they're not true, IMUS, and I didn't participate in any RICO. I didn't participate in any taking money to give a kid a job for $5,000, and I didn't participate in any other stuff that they have alleged in that indictment. And, the prosecutor, this is a prosecution-driven indictment, and it's a prosecution-driven indictment for whosever agenda it is. And, as a matter of fact, the FBI agent who's on the case, under the Giglio rule, has to sign an affidavit saying that he is the one who obtained money on false pretenses in his career for, I don't know what it was for, illegal overtime or something like that. So you got a prosecutor, and I respect these people. I respect their position. But, that's what you're fighting here. These people come off as holier than thou, and they are the leaders of the free world. And by the way, when you go against the United States of America, the federal government, they bring out the FBI, the IRS, the Coast Guard, the National Guard, the Navy SEALs, and there you are alone, fighting this stuff. And if they have an agenda, they have an agenda. Look at this agenda where you take tapes and show them to your family and friends when they're under seal, and they are completely supposed to be secret. And you're over there holding a video party.
Somebody, there was much made about you selling your boat and a house, moving into the Biltmore Hotel.
Yeah, I did that for a very specific reason. I did that because, to be honest with you, the real estate market was at a high. And I live alone. I didn't want to live alone in a 14, 15-room house, and it was, frankly, I don't spend that much time there. And so it was a good time for me to do it. Number one, the boat was for sale for 2 years. As mayor, I didn't have a chance. I used the boat twice in 2.5 years. And so it wasn't worth keeping. If I want to go on a boat, anything that flies up or floats, you should rent. You know what I'm saying?
Next Thursday.
Yep.
Not this Thursday, next Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Lobster Newberg, who's my agent over at ICM.
Yeah.
She's a co-chair of. She is a co-chair of the entire International Creative Management Office.
Yeah.
It's going to be in Providence.
Oh, great.
At the Biltmore.
Oh, good.
And they're going to have dinner at some restaurant.
Okay.
But she didn't want me to announce it here, but she was just. And if you ever thought of doing a book, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah.
This is the person to do the book for you.
Oh, I'll have to call her. I could.
Well, it'd be great if you. In addition to all of this, she's single.
Wow.
And she's not an unattractive woman.
Well, can I stay on the phone afterwards so I can get these telephone numbers?
Well, no, she'll be at the Biltmore.
Well, it's a big hotel, IMUS,
Well, call room service and say, send up a babe. It'll be her.
Oh, beautiful. By the way, are you getting 10% of this now if I write a book?
No, but it might be a way to get out of some of this. Well, Good luck in all this, Mr. Mayor. I hope you're right.
Thank you very much for your support. And, it's very traumatic to go through something like this and with family and friends. But I just want to thank everybody from all over the country. I know you've got a huge audience. Everybody who sent me letters and everybody who sent me emails and well wishes, and I really appreciate it because I love this city and I don't like what's going on here. But the fact of the matter is that I hope to win. I know I'm innocent, and I need all the support I can
Free
get.
Buddy!
Well, here's the problem. See,
what's that?
Don't let us find out down the line that you've been jerking my chain, because then it makes me look like a dope. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're not hardly a dope.
All right, Mr. Mayor, thanks.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
Buddy Cianci here in the IMUS program. Quarter till the hour.